Hey guys, HuXn and welcome to YouTube channel. So a few days ago, I launched a course on SCSS and we built a lot of projects in that course, but I want to make one more. So this is what we are going to be building in this video. So we are going to be building this header by just using HTML and SCSS or Sass, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so yeah, we are going to be just building them. So without wasting any further time, now let's jump right into a coder and write our code. So in the description below, I'm going to give you a link which will bring you to my GitHub repository where you can find this starter folder, and this is all the stuff which you will need for this project. It's not a huge project to be honest, but you will find this index.html file and this person image and style.css or SCSS, whatever you want to call it. And you will also find a finished project as well if you want to compare your code with mine, or if you want to tweak it around, or what you want to do with that. So I'm going to just open this folder in my Visual Studio Coder. So it will now open this folder in my Visual Studio Coder right here. So we don't have much, but we just have our index.html file, and inside this index.html file we just have our boilerplate right here, and we just have our font awesome CDN. So what I will do is that I'm going to just collapse this head area for now, and let's just check this style.scss, and it's totally empty. Okay, so what I will do is that I'll just right click on it and open it with live server so that we can see the results in our browser. Okay, so yeah, that's looking like that. So I'm gonna just make it a bit bigger so you guys can see everything a bit better. So the first thing which we will do is that we are going to be started working on our navigation. So I'll just write nav, and inside this nav I'm going to just write icons container, and inside this icons container I'm going to write FA and then brands and FA YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate that a few times, and I'm going to change that to Twitter, and also this one to GitHub. You can also place it in anchor tags if you want to, but in my case just leave it. So if I save my file, and here you can see we get these icons right here. So that was for our icons right here. So underneath this div, what we can do is that we can also just write our UL, LI and anchor tags. So how many we want them to be 3 of them. Okay, so I'll just write like, I don't know, home, work and about, or not about, but contact would be fine. And I'm going to just place this pound symbol so that they don't go to anywhere. Save our file, and this is how it looks like for now. Anyways, so let's just style this by using style.css or SCSS, and then we are going to be working on the next section. So I'll just write recess first of all. So padding will be 0, margin will be 0, box sizing will be border box. Okay, so that's that. Let's just write our body and change the background color to radial gradient, and I'm going to just write FFF0F0. This is going to be the first color, and F6 FDFF, this is going to be the second color. So if you save our file and just check him out, why it's not working, because we didn't link it or something. We did link it right here, but one thing I forgot to compile this Sass, because this is a Sass, this is not a pure CSS. So what I'll do is that I'm gonna just click on, let me just zoom out a bit. I'm gonna just click on this watch Sass, and by the way, I'm using this extension which is where is that? Okay, I'm using this live Sass compiler by Glenn Marks, and I will highly recommend you to install it instead of using Koala or something like that. So I'll just click on this watch, and it will just start watching, and here you can see it will now give us the output right here in this style.css file. If you don't know about what I'm doing right now, like what is that compiling and all of that kind of stuff, so feel free to check on my Sass course, which is totally for free. You can find it on my YouTube channel if you want to. So I'm going to just click on this style.css, and now if you save our file, and here you can see we are now getting this kind of a radial gradient right here. Alright, so that's awesome. Everything is working the way we expect them to work. So what we can do is that we have to just style this navigation first of all. So I'll just go to my navigation section right here. Let me just make that a bit bigger, and I'm going to just select my navigation, and I'm going to write display of flex. I'm going to be using a flex box. Justify content will be spaced around, align items will be totally center, and I'm going to just provide a margin for the top of 2 rims. and if we save our file, and this is how it looks like right here. But we have to take care of that. Oh, you know, first of all, let's just take care of these icons. It's looking a bit weird, so I'm going to just select all of the icons and also the eye, which is these icons. I mean, like these icons, and we are now selecting these eyes right here, or eyes or eye. We are just selecting that eye. So I'll just write margin for the left of 20 pixel, and font size will be just 20 pixel, and cursor I'm gonna just write pointer, and this is how it looks like right here. So if you hover our mouse over to it, and yeah, that's looking good. Anyway, so underneath these icons, what we can do is that we have to select our ULLI, which is that selecting this UL, and inside this UL we have these LIs right here. So we are now selecting that. I'm going to write display of totally inline, and I'm going to also write margin of left of 20 pixel, and list title will be now totally set to none. If we save that, and this is how it looks like, but we have to take care of this color and this stuff just a little bit. So what we can do is that we can just select these anchors or a tags, which is inside that LIs, like all of these a tags. Let me just select that. All of these a tag inside this li. I can't even speak English no more. Anyways, so just write text decoration of none, font family of sans serif, and color will be now set to 1.8 or 1818, whatever. Save it, and this is how it looks like, and that text decoration is gone. Alright, so now we are totally done with that navigation section. So what we can do, we have to now take care of the main section. So I'll just write a main content right here. So I'll just zoom out because this is a lot of content, right? So I'll just write a main, come on, main. Inside this main, I'm gonna write a content one container right here. Inside there, I'm gonna just write content. Inside this content, I'm gonna write a paragraph with a badge label, and let's just write badge or whatever, and I'm gonna write a paragraph of info, and I'm gonna just write a little bit of info, like I'm a software. I'm gonna fast forward. Okay, so I'm a software engineer and UI UX lover. And underneath this div, what we can do is that we can also write our new content. Oh, you know what? I'm going to just duplicate this one rather. Yep, I'm going to duplicate that one and change this badge to tools. So I'll just write tools, and let's just remove that and replace it with and libraries. Okay, so underneath this paragraph, what we can do is that underneath even in this tag, I'm gonna just write another content div, and I'll just write a paragraph of badge label one more time, and the badge will be languages. Okay, so I'll just write a pills container, and inside this pills container we are going to be writing a few pills. So I'll just write pill and JS. Let's just duplicate that a few times. So we have JavaScript, we have GOLANG, we have Python, and Java, Dart, CPP, C++. I guess that would be fine. So, oh, you know what? First of all, I'm going to write all of the code, all of the HTML code, and then we'll, so you know what? I'm going to first of all write all of these HTML code, and then we will jump into that other one. So what I will do is that I am going to also write my image container. Okay, container, and inside this image container I'm going to just write image. Okay, because we are going to be rendering our image inside their container. And let's just write our content 2. Inside this content 2 we are going to be just writing our content. Inside this content we are going to be writing our badge label, and just write a previous work, paragraph of info, and these companies underneath this div. I'll just write my content one more time, and then we have another badge label, and I'll just write hobbies. Underneath there I'll just write pills container, and inside there I'll just write a few pills. So paragraph with the class of pill, we'll just write cricket, and just duplicate that a few times. So I'll just replace it with, like, I don't know, football, and also with swimming and reading, my favorite one. I read a lot of books these days, so writing, not programming related but different categories. Anyways, that's a side topic. And outside of that, I'll just write content one more time, and then paragraph with the class of badge, label, and then location, and just duplicate, or not duplicate that, but just write info, and then I'll just write downtown San Francisco. Anyways, so that's the HTML we wrote right here. Now let's get into the CSS. I'm like style.scss, and now let's just style it. So if you refresh our browser, so here you can see this is how it looks like right here. So now let's just take care of the styling, and we will just do that in a second. So we'll just write display of, you guessed it, one more time, flex, and justify content will be, in this case, space around. Align items will be now set to totally center, and we want them to wrap. And margin, I'll just provide like, I don't know, 6 rem would be fine. And now if you save that, and this is how it looks like right here. Okay, but we don't have that image, so that's why we cannot work with that image right here. So let's just take care of that real quick. So I'll just select my image container, which is that image container, if we can see it. Okay, so we have this image container, and we are going to be just selecting that image. But before we do, we just have to write a background color of totally white, and we are going to be also providing a border radius of 200 pixel, and padding, I'm going to just give him like 20 pixel, and box shadow, I'll just write a 4 pixel, 10 pixel, minus 4 pixel, and also CCC, save our file. And this is how it looks like right here. Like here it is right here. So yeah, that's looking fine. But now we just have to render our image inside there. So I'll just write image background will be now set to URL, and let's just render our image right here, which is that guy. And underneath that, I'll just write a background repeat of no repeat. Background size will be now set to totally cover. Background position will be now set to totally center, and width, I'm going to just give him like 300 pixel. Duplicate that and change that to height, and height should be 500 pixel, not 400 pixel. And border radius, I'm going to just give him like 200 pixels. So if you save that, and let's just see, this is how it looks like. But why it's not working the way I expect him to work? Background repeat is not repeating. Background size, IMAGE, background center 300 pixel and 500 pixels. So why it's not looking that much fine? We will take care of that just in a second, but let's just write our code. So I'll just write content, and margin will be now set to 3 rems and 0, like 3 rem for top and bottom and 0 for left and right. And font family will be now set to totally sans serif, and badge label will be now set to margin for the bottom. Margin bottom will be now set to 20 pixel. Font size, I'm going to just write 1.4 rems. Okay, so underneath all of that, I'll just write my paragraph, select this info, and the width will be 300 pixel, and color will be now, not column, but color will be now set to 4A, kind of a weird name for, or weird, yeah, weird color to be honest. And line height, I'm going to write in like 1.5, save our file. This is how it looks like, but not that much better. So what we can do is that we can improve that just a little bit. So for that, we have to select our pills container. So I'll just select my pills container, and inside this pills container, we are going to be just writing display, in this case of grid, and grid template, TEMPLATE, columns 100 pixel, 100 pixel, 100 pixel. And I'll also provide a gap of 10 pixel. And now let's just select each of the pill, and let's just style that a bit. So I'll just write a border of like, I don't know, 2 pixels solid and totally white. And underneath there, I'm going to also provide a little bit of box, not sizing, but shadow. Box shadow of 4 pixel, and 10 pixel, minus 4 pixel. And it will be now totally CCC. Padding, I'm going to give him like 10 pixel for top and bottom, 20 pixel for left and right. Border radius will be now set to 100 pixel. And the width will be now set to 100 pixel as well. Text alignment will be now set to totally center if you save there. And boom, this is how it looks like right here. But why in the world are they looking that much awful? Let's just see. We have badge label, content And I just figure out that that's because I just misspelled the content, content, server file, and this is now how it looks like. But what's up with that image? Our image is not looking cool. Oh, because I forgot to include R in here. Server file, and now here you can see our project is done. So I was just thinking like I missed something inside these names, but that wasn't the case. We just forgot to include R in here. Sometimes I'm just typing really fast and I just assume that it will autocomplete, but it didn't in this case. Anyway, so that's our project. If you like it, so give it a like. If you don't, well, I'm really sorry about that. You can watch a lot of content on my channel if you want to, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.